Lawrence is saying, if I say that I've done basic coding projects with Python or SQL, which stands for Structured Query Language, which databases we use with databases to find information in fields. So the question is, if I've done basic coding projects with Python or SQL, also pronounced SQL, how might this add value to them? Thank you so much, Chris. This is for a financial services company. Yeah. So that's a great question, Lawrence. And I know from your previous question that you're also interested in becoming a research analyst. So it sounds like, and maybe this is the case, that you have tech skills and financial services companies might hire you for your tech skills, but your interest might be in transferring to research within a big financial services company. People do this all the time. I've known a lot of people that have started in technology and tech support that have gone on to become research analysts and done exceptionally well at companies like Goldman Sachs, et cetera. And what happens is it's really interesting. And all my answers are generic enough to apply to everybody humbly on this call. But it's really interesting because a lot of people go from the mailroom with no education to the corner office, meaning the CEO. And the reason why so many people become CEO that start in the mailroom is because they're very friendly. And business is about relationships first and product knowledge second. And so, for example, if I work in the mailroom and I'm going around and giving out mail every day to senior executives, I might say something like, great game last night. The Raptors won again, which I hope they win tonight. It's game one of the finals, the NBA finals. The Raptors have never been there before. It's Toronto, my team. But you're bonding with people if you work in the mailroom. I think it's a great place to start. I do. And a lot of CEOs, just do a search on CEOs that actually started in the mailroom. It'll blow you away, including the founder and CEO of Interactive. But I think that in general, Lawrence, if you want to work in research and you don't have research experience, but you think you have really sellable skills when it comes to Python or SQL, as you mentioned here, then get your foot in the door and start working in tech, and then transfer to a research department. A lot of people have done it. Anybody can do it. All you got to do is network. And what I recommend doing is please, if you get a chance, I want you to read this book here cover to cover. It's a free book of mine. You can go to my website, harounventures.com, and download it. And basically, it'll teach you how to network and how to get a meeting with anybody. Yes, anybody. And so when you work in this company, I want you to meet as many people as you can, especially in the first 2 weeks. And that goes for anybody starting a new job, because it's kind of like high school or university. Remember the first year? How in the first 2 weeks, it was easy to make friends, and those friends are still your friends for life. So I want you to mentor or meet a lot of people in the first 2 weeks, including mentors, if you can. Then ask them every now and then to sit down for a cup of coffee. And then eventually, what I want you to do using what I teach in this free book here is I want you to ask one of these mentors to help you transfer to another department if that's what you want to do. And it's really important to be mentored by assistants as well. Yes, because assistants know how the game works. They've been there for years, right? They know how people transfer between departments. They understand the corporate culture as well. And if you're a jerk to an assistant, they're going to tell their boss anyway. So a lot of people don't get it. They're mean to assistants or other people in the company. And anyway, mean people suck. But what I would also do, Lawrence, is if you're trying to understand how to add value to a financial services company and you're interviewing and you have a couple of technical skills, then what I would do is a couple things. I would take my complete job course, because in that course, I teach you and I provide you with many templates that you can bring to your interviews, which add value. And you always have to think from the other term's perspective in business before every meeting, because every battle is won before it's been fought. That's a famous quote from Sun Tzu, The Art of War. And so let's think about this. Everybody in business that we're going to meet with is probably motivated by three things. They want to make more money. They want to save more. They want to make more money. They want to get promoted faster, and they want to have fun. They want to enjoy what they do, work with great people. And so before you go in that meeting, think about, if you're meeting with a salesperson, how can I make them more money? Well, I can bring a one-page write-up on all my contacts that I'd be happy to introduce them to that might want to buy their product. And if you want to take that one step further, then what you do is before the interview, you go out and you network a lot to meet people that might be potential customers for that salesperson. Now, when it comes to technology, what you can do is you can bring in a one-pager which discusses a new app or a great new cloud software product that you've beta tested, which could add tremendous value to this company you're interviewing with, which is called, looks like you're Pollen Capital, right? So there's actually actually mention this. I used to be an investor. I'm not anymore. I sold my stake in a private company called Alpha Theory, and they're in North Carolina. So do a search on that because Alpha Theory, and again, I'm not getting compensated at all, but what they do is they help you to create a portfolio, and then they teach you how to manage that portfolio so you can generate alpha, which means how much better you're doing than the stock market in general. That's called alpha. And so check that out if you want. You could also, if you wanted to, and this is a little bit, this is really ambitious. You can take a course from Angela Yu on Udemy or Rob Percival on how to make apps. And you can make an app for that financial services company. Or what you can do is you can take a course from Rob Percival on Python. Rob's a great teacher and a good buddy on Udemy. And you could actually bring some of that code, or at least an outline of a code, of some code you're going to make or have made that will help them pick stocks. Okay, and you can do research before that meeting if you want by taking my course, the Complete Financial Analyst Training and Investing course. And I also recommend that you look into Renaissance Technologies, which is a great hedge fund that has a black box algorithmic trading system, thousands of Linux servers running in parallel that pick stocks. And maybe you can create something along those lines. Obviously, it's really tough to do the entire thing before an interview. But while you're interviewing, you can kind of mention that. You can say that, I've done a lot of research on Renaissance Technologies. I'm passionate about finance. I have experience using Python and SQL here. And so I created this software product. I'm still working on it now that will help us to pick stocks. And I even created an easier version of this, hypothetically speaking, which is just based on VBA or Visual Basic for applications within Microsoft Excel. And here's what it looks like. And Lawrence, what you can do is if you take my Complete Financial Analyst Training and Investing course, I provide you with an Excel spreadsheet that will help to manage a portfolio for you. And I'll give you permission, and everybody, I don't care, to use that, customize it yourself, and bring that to your interview. Okay, bring that to your interview on your laptop. It'll blow them away. And they all use Excel. It's just what the financial services industry uses. I know a lot of us don't use Excel, but that's still what they use. So you can do that. Last thing I'll say is if you want, you can take my Complete Personal Finance course where I create a portfolio management system for you in Excel that you can use, which will help you to pick and diversify and manage a portfolio consisting of stocks, bonds, REITs, that's real estate investment trusts, as well as commodities. So if you have additional questions on that, or if I can be resourceful in any other way to you with your upcoming interview, please let me know, and best of luck.